Welcome. If you're stepping into the professional world and wondering what it actually means to be a junior accountant, you are in exactly the right place. Picture this for a second. Dynamic flying invoices, calculators literally running hot, and just massive, endless spreadsheets. Kind of overwhelming, right? Well, today we're going to use this explainer as your ultimate guide to completely demystify this career path. Let's get right into it. If you search online right now, you're going to find 100 different confusing answers. Some places say it's literally just basic data entry, while others boldly claim you'll be finalizing complex balance sheets on day one. So, which is it? If you're a fresher or a recent BCom grad, it's totally normal to feel a bit lost about what the job actually entails. So let's clear the air and bust those confusing internet myths right now. Here's our quick roadmap for the explainer. First, we'll look at the junior accountant reality. Then break down the 4 core daily responsibilities. After that, we'll compare MNCs versus small firms, dive into essential skills and security, map out your career growth and salary, and wrap up with some final thoughts. All right, starting off with Section 1, the junior accountant reality. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of your daily tasks, we need to zoom out. Why does this specific role even exist? Simply put, expanding businesses desperately need independent junior accountants to handle their exponentially growing transactions, cash flow, and documentation. You know, in a tiny business, one person might juggle everything. But as a company scales up, the mountain of data gets way too massive for a senior accountant to tackle alone. That is exactly where you step in. And hey, please don't let the word junior fool you. While you are supporting the seniors with all this data, you're also trusted with critical, independent responsibilities that directly and heavily impact the business. Moving on to Section 2, 4 core daily responsibilities. We can basically group your day-to-day duties into 4 main buckets. Step 1 is data entry and voucher postings. Step 2 covers billing and invoicing. Step 3 is banking and cash management. And finally, Step 4 focuses on communication and vendors. Let's actually unpack what each of these looks like in the real world. The magic really happens right here in these first 2 steps. For data entry, you'll be accurately posting sales, purchases, receipts, and contra entries into accounting software, usually Tally or an ERP system. But here's the kicker. This is where a smart accountant truly stands out. When you get purchase invoices, you don't just blindly type them in. Nope. You actually have to verify with the department heads, either via a quick email or face-to-face, that the physical goods actually arrived before you enter anything. Once you get that green light, then you systematically file those physical and digital documents. And that brings us perfectly to the next 2 pillars, banking and communication. You're going to be managing vital bank transfers, things like RTGS, IMPS, NEFT, and demand drafts. You'll also be logging daily petty cash in an Excel sheet and performing bank reconciliations, or BRS, at the end of every month. That's just to make sure the company's books match the bank statements perfectly. But remember, accounting is about people too. A huge part of your day is professional communication. You'll be doing follow-ups with clients and vendors for payments, sending out clear, polite emails to make sure the company gets its money on time. It's absolutely crucial. Let's jump to Section 3. MNC versus small firm. Okay, here is a massive reality check that textbooks completely miss. Your daily routine, it heavily depends on the size of the company you joined. In an MNC or a really large corporation, tasks are strictly divided. Like, if you're in sales, you only focus on sales. Someone else handles the banks, an entirely different team deals with vendors. It's very siloed. But if you join a small business or local firm, get ready to wear multiple hats. Since they might not have a dedicated HR or admin team, you could literally find yourself managing employee payroll, paying the utility bills, or even tracking company laptops on the fixed assets register. It's a completely different vibe. Which brings us to Section 4, essential skills and security. So you know the tasks now, but what about the actual toolkit and mindset you need to crush it in this career? Well, foundationally, you need a relevant degree, typically a BCom. On the tech side, basic Excel is a must. You've got to be comfortable with sum, divide, and multiply functions, along with your primary software like Tally. But I want to give you 2 pro tips. First, sharpen your mental math. Skip the calculator for basic addition or simple percentages. Honestly, doing this in your head will save you hours of time every week. Second, if formal communication isn't your strong suit, don't sweat it. You can totally use tools like ChatGPT to help draft highly professional, polished emails to your clients and vendors. It's a real game changer. Now, listen closely to this next point because it is absolutely vital. Data confidentiality. This is the strict, non-negotiable rule that you never ever share highly sensitive company financial details or employee salary figures with outsiders, not even with your internal colleagues. As an accountant, you literally hold the keys to the company's most sensitive information. Your accuracy in reviewing invoice numbers and taxes needs to be 100%, and your absolute secrecy regarding this data, completely non-negotiable. No exceptions.
All right, Section 5, Career Growth and Salary.
This is the fun part, looking at the rewards for all that hard work and how you can maximize your earning potential. First, let's talk schedule. Pragmatically, standard working hours are usually 8 to 10 hours a day, but brace yourself for the financial year-end closing. During March and April, the heavy burden of audits kicks in. Your workload will definitely spike, and you should absolutely expect to put in extra hours to make sure everything is flawless. But I promise the grind pays off, especially if you follow this secret roadmap for rapid career growth. Step 1. Start out by assisting your seniors with basic reports. Step 2. Take the initiative to learn TDS provisions and returns on your own. Step 3. Master those tricky balance sheet adjustment entries. Look, a lot of people think these advanced tasks are strictly for chartered accountants, but they're not. If you take the initiative to master TDS and balance sheets, Step 4 becomes your reality. You make yourself totally eligible to become a senior accountant in just 3 to 4 short years. And here's exactly why you want to chase that senior title. When you're just starting out at the entry level, you're looking at a starting pay of around 20 to 25,000 rupees a month. Not bad. But as an experienced junior, that number scales up pretty quickly to about 50,000. And once you finally step up to that senior accountant role, your salary can skyrocket all the way to 1 lakh or even 1.5 lakhs a month. Putting in the effort to learn those advanced skills truly, literally pays off. And that brings us to Section 6, Final Thoughts and Conclusion. I really want to leave you with this incredibly encouraging thought. Companies don't expect a junior to know everything from day one. Step in with confidence, take it one day at a time, and never stop learning. If you're a fresher stepping into the corporate world, it can honestly feel like a massive mountain to climb. But your early focus should simply be on absorbing as much knowledge as you can. The more you learn today, the faster you'll boost your overall value tomorrow.